Welcome. Welcome to the birthday celebration for your magical evolutionary code unleashed, the science of inner resonance. And so this is a very auspicious days on so many different levels. 1111 and 11 was an incredible weekend event in Vancouver, BC, where my book baby was launched. And so I welcome you now into a space where we're just going to go right into a protocol because everybody's been so stressed. There's been so much immersion, so many challenges. The energies are so potent and so intense this week. So I really thank you for everyone that's been able to show up live today, because I think there's an increased benefit to being live together. There's an expansion, an exponential energy available to us. So once again, I really thank you for being here and celebrating my birthday with me. My book birthday. So let's just allow everybody is just coming in. And so as we're just gathering here together, knowing that there will be a replay if you missed the beginning part. And then if you happen to be coming in after the protocol begins, know that you actually are joining a field, a morphogenic field, or when you come in, you're just lifted in and embraced and included by that energy. So here we go. And hello, Diane, Paul. It's so nice to always have you with us. And Brenda and everyone that's joining in. Thank you. So let's just take a breath together, a collective breath. And breathing in that breath of life, that breath of source energy, the breath of the infinite nature of that greater field of consciousness that we're breathing in our part of right here, right now. And breathing in with awareness of our hearts. And just remembering who you truly are. This is the core of all spiritual practices, to allow us to be present and remember, put ourselves back together in these fractured times. And whatever it is you personally believe in, whatever spiritual support teams that you may have angels, guides, nature herself, animals, whatever energies that you feel aligned with and supported by. Just saying yes and thank you to all that is there for you. Talat, thank you so much for joining from India. And Brenda, and if we get bleeps along the way, that's all good. All the sounds are joining in. So just breathing with awareness of your heart center, remembering that you are a spiritual being, part of and one with higher consciousness that actually runs our physical human world, that we've often forgotten in our experiences. And so just remembering your body and just being present with your body. And remembering that your body is a most incredible miracle machine. It's instantly responding in every microsecond to everything that's in your field and in your consciousness. So let's just switch on all the programs that trauma and stress and pain have condensed and contracted. Let's just open up all of our potentials to be fully receptive to our time together here today. Hi, Silva from the UK. Hi, Amanda. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Just taking another collective breath in and out of our heart centers. So let's just switch on our communication device, our body, into greater and more full receptivity for our greater good here today. Thank you, Sue. And the operative words, believe it or not, is the voice-activated supercomputer system we're sitting in is switch on body. So wherever you are, if you're able to say it out loud, let's just do it together and get the energy joined here today in this beautiful space together. I'm going to count to 3, and then we'll all say switch on body. Got it? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Switch on body. Yay! So we're plugged into our greater source. We switched on our communication device. Now we're just ready to rock and roll and be fully receptive to our greater good. Sound good? Absolutely. Or as I love to say, abso-lightly. And so now, believe it or not, you're at the command center. And what I love about this work is that you don't have to believe anything. And my tagline is beyond belief, creating new realities. Isn't that sweet? We don't even have to figure it out. It's already known on another level of who we truly are. Our most authentic, most magnificent self has it covered. So what if it were possible then, especially in all the intensity, the recent intensity? I don't know if anybody else has been feeling it. A lot of people have been really judging themselves for needing to nap. We've had to nap. We've been put to sleep so we can integrate and assimilate these energies that are lifting us here into the next level of our collective consciousness in that ability to consciously create our lives. So let's just allow now all and any unresolved issues, known and unknown. And anyways, they may have been up until this precise moment, been interfering with us unnecessarily, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, and relationships of every kind, especially this one. This is the fundamental one upon which everything else unfolds and aligns and activates. And so we're also including all levels of memory, every microsecond of your life, going all the way back to when you popped into the world, all the time you swam around inside, drinking up your mama's soup, getting imprinted with all those programs from the generations in your ancestral DNA. All the soul memory, past, present, concurrent, future, all collapse into this fresh moment of a new level of choice, in a new level of freedom to be more of who we are than ever before in that soup and chemistry of greater wholeness. This is where we're allowing ourselves to be present with today. And so are you allowing all of your multidimensional selves to be coherently realigned with the next level of expression of your perfect health and strength, your abundance in every aspect of your life, happiness for no reason, good relationships with all, and just feeling the bubbling up of your gifts and having them automatically emerge and be in service just by showing up and being who you are is enough. And so now, let's just allow all of this to unfold in the safest and most appropriate way for you and all concerned at all times. And I'm just asking you to play along, and we'll go into some explanations in a moment, but we're just setting the energies together now. And the answer to all these questions is yes. And so are you also allowing everything to unfold in a way that's easier and gentler than what we've been used to in this realm? Yes. And are you allowing effortless grace for instant and permanent shift of what's ready here at this moment to be cleared, transformed, realigned, shifted in whatever way is appropriate for you? Yes. And are you allowing the part of you that's open to something different being possible in a different way to also be in charge? That's a good one. And here's a good one. Are you allowing the part of you that's really ready to go to your next level of being the greatest you ever in the history of the planet, in your history from all times and places? This is where we get to up the ante, up into that next level of capacity. We're needed to show up because, oh my goodness, look what's going on around us. And so are you allowing the part of you that's ready to be more of who you are than ever before to also be in charge? And are you allowing the part of you that is accepting whatever time it takes at the same time? Everything is unfolding in its own time, in its own way, in that bigger picture that we don't have quite yet. And mostly we don't have it because guess what? We're at the moment we are now collaborating to co-create our way forward. And it's only together by being our greater selves that this is able to emerge. And so are you allowing the part of you that knows how to do all this beyond your conscious mind's ability to even track, because this is happening in the superconscious, in the quantum self, higher self, beyond the need to think about or make anything happen at this moment, beyond your body, your body's need to act anything out or process? This is all getting shifted in your field. So now just allowing and delegating up to the superconscious quantum self, where everything is known, where everything is possible, where everything already exists, to allow everything to be shifted in automatic mode. What a gift that is. What? We don't have to grind our way through it. We don't have to work hard. We can allow Holy Divine Mother. Yes. And so now allowing yourself to drift wherever you feel like drifting. It's not happening at the conscious level, not happening through your body's awareness. So now, guess what? You just get to have fun somewhere, relax. Breathe. And you might notice you're going into a deeper sense of relaxation. This is what happens when the elastic band gets removed. We get to expand and relax, right? Stress is dissolving, neutralizing. Everything that's not who you are, that's not relevant to this moment, that is no longer needed to drag forward, it's just automatically getting dissolved in the field. And just breathing in and out with awareness of your heart as you sense that deeper sense of dropping into a more relaxed state. That's where everything can find us, where everything exists in the present moment. Ever heard that? Yes. And so now, as you notice you're breathing with awareness of your heart, allow yourself to touch on something that you're grateful for. That's a wonderful chemistry to add into this chemistry of wholeness, this new level of wholeness that IRT takes you into very quickly. And this frequency of greater freedom to automatically choose differently. Welcome, Palestine. Thank you so much for being here. This day is all about peace, and it's about being our greatest selves and having our minds restored to us, our mental health reassured or reasserted. And it's about creating the life that we are choosing to see in the world. Some would call that the new earth. So much love. And as you're feeling that, I invite you into 5 deeper breaths, and we'll find out why in a minute. Doing things backwardly this day. I love it. Because there's nothing to know and everything to allow. So thank you for trusting the process in the meantime. So find a spot to touch, because we know that chemical memory in the brain works through associative conditions. The neurons that fire together wire together. So just find a spot. Maybe it's the tongue on the roof of your mouth if on a daily basis you're busy. Maybe you're a concert pianist. And or maybe you have your hands full of babies, and or maybe you do massage, or whatever it might be. You might be a construction worker and be busy with your hands. So tongue on the roof of your mouth is a good one. And of course, we've got 2 hands and we have a tongue. So we got 3 possible touch points. Hey, so choose 1 or 2 or 3, however many you want. And just do your touch right now. I like my heart and my tongue, because I get busy with talking. So I like to have a physical other spot. So I do both. If you're an octopus, you could have 9. No, maybe it's just 8. I don't think octopuses have tongues. So just allowing yourself to feel that deeper relaxed state, that chemistry of wholeness, that frequency of greater freedom, of your greater self. Breathing with awareness, 360. Let's just breathe in and out from the center of our hearts in all directions, with our full heart of gratitude and blessings. And so let's take our first deeper breath in of 5. When we breathe in while we're touching, breathing out, letting go. Oh, your little belly is so happy. So breathing in with your little belly, and breathing out, just let wherever you're touching drop. The next breath in, touching again. And breathing out, letting go. Breathing in and touching. I think this is 3. Breathing out, letting go. There's no wrong way to do this. And the 4th time, breathing in and touching. And breathing out, letting go. And the 5th time, breathing in and touching. And breathing out, letting go. 5 is a program. And the reason for that is the subconscious is designed to protect us and keep the status quo. So it's not always partial to change. And so the second and third, so the first time, subconscious can go, wow, this feels good, but hey, how long is this going to last? And how did that even happen? How do I feel so amazing right away without having done anything? So the second and third time gets received on the logical, that's my logical, and emotional sides of the brain. And the 4th is greater integration. It's a good solid platform to build on. But 5, oh my goodness. 5 is the number, it's the 5th element that scientists attributed to consciousness that they couldn't touch, smell, or feel. 5 is the number of positive change in numerology. 5 is the honeycomb. It's the Vitruvian man. It's the building block of nature. 5 is the number of Venus, which is attributed to love. 5 is love. The 5th chakra the heart. And so here we are. It's also, I found out, the number of grace. And this work is all about effortless grace. And that being said, 5 is a program. And some people like to have access to their touch and their breath on a daily basis so that anytime you're feeling stressed or you get triggered on something, nobody gets triggered here, right? Never. Anytime something happens and pops up in your face, you can just do your touch breath. And it's the end result chemistry of the whole IRT protocol that you just experienced without having to remember anything of it or know anything or be conscious of it. It's now embedded in a chemical signature from your brain that gets released into your body for behavioral experience. So isn't that cool? It's pretty elegant, pretty simple, but we are magnificent beyond measure because our bodies are supercomputers. And we've always in the past, at least my training spiritually in the past, was that the body's the last to get it, but actually the body's the first to get it. It's interesting. It's completely upside down from what we understood before, now that the science is in. And I love Dr. William Brown of the Ibrahim. Yes, lots of releasing happens, and and sometimes they're just all different kinds of tears too, and tears of relief. Just of loving yourself automatically. People have healed broken bones in 10 minutes, like in this very brief protocol. I've just given you this brief this brief experience. I call this the nutshell version from the nut. And we'll go through a longer version at the end of our time together today, which will be about an hour or so. Who knows? Timelessness is the feature of IRT, Inner Resonance Technologies, here as we celebrate your magical evolutionary code unleashed, the science of inner resonance, 11 years old today, and birthing new babies, which I'll talk about in a few moments. So I'm like a grandma. My book's my baby, and then she's got babies. Yeah, awesome. And those babies have babies already. Like, wow, amazing. So where was I? The body. The body, we think, is our biggest impediment, our, biggest, we get victimized by the body and we don't know that we're in charge of it. Truly, consciousness runs the whole scene. Einstein, it was, I believe, said that the sole governing agency of the particle is the field. And the particle is our bodies, and the field is consciousness. And Dr. Bruce Lipton talks a lot about this in his Biology of Belief and his Spontaneous Evolution book, co-authored with Steve Berman, the Cosmic Comic. And it's a great book. And it's very appropriate to these times. I highly recommend Spontaneous Evolution. And the honeymoon effect. So how to be in love and how to be in that loving frequency, how to be loving ourselves with the scientific principles of how we understand our whole system works in a new science of epigenetics. So this is very cool. So back to the body and the Resonance Science Foundation of Nassim Haramein and his academy. Dr. William Brown, who is a full-fledged doctor of cellular biology as well as physics and quantum physics, he teaches that the body has 100 trillion cells. Okay, like that's pretty good. You might hear 37 or 50. What's the difference? I don't know who counts these things. But anyway, I like 100 trillion. And that increases our capacity to function. And so every single neuron in that 100 trillion cellular system has 100,000 potential connections, okay? Each neuron, 100,000 potential connections. You don't have to remember this. There's no quiz. And it just to allow the awe of the magnificence of the understanding of who we truly are to really be acknowledged and appreciated here today. And so, yes, 100 trillion cells, 100,000 potential connections for each tiny neuron. And we have neurons all over our body, not just in our brain. We have even more in our heart, in our gut. And all through our body, we have neurons, 100,000 connections each. Each one of those 100,000 potential connections has 85 billion wormholes into other dimensional realities. Like, whoa, we are a quantum machine. Instantly, 100% instantly responding to our field, to what's in our consciousness, what's in the greater consciousness. We are actually one just by breathing, because we're breathing in molecules of memory. We're recycled, folks. Recycled atmosphere, because we're all breathing in and out the same breath, building blocks that everybody is clearing out old dead cells, and we're breathing them in as new building material for our own self to regenerate. We are replacing something like 300 million cells a day. Our liver does 100,000 enzymatic processes every second. This is in the physical level, okay? And this is the time zone, not the quantum zone. You add the quantum zone, and it's like, wow, that's the miracle zone, absolutely. And people have healed broken bones in 10 minutes doing this. And not everybody does, but a lot and enough to know that we all have the program. And so getting to the point where we're even regrowing appendages that have been chopped off through accidents or injuries of some kind. And there's a scientist whose brother had his finger amputated in an industrial accident. And wouldn't you know it, his brother, the scientist, had just developed some DNA powder. And so guess what? He sprinkled that DNA powder on the tip, on the nub, of the cut off finger there. Yeah, like that. He sort of sprinkled, that DNA powder, and a whole finger grew back, bone, ligament, a nail, everything, because that's the program the body had to respond with. It already knew how to do that. I've helped a lot of people with phantom limb syndrome that have had amputations to get rid of the phantom pain, because the blueprint is still there of the original appendage, and the trauma is still in the field. So you clear the trauma, and the body responds and calms down, because there's no pain to get the signal from anymore. The pain signal comes actually from the field and from the mind. Like Bruce Lipton says, we're all out of our minds because our mind is in a field all around us. And that's like a radio. We're receiving the signals and acting them out, right? Know that one? So yes, and the cell's growth potential is really powerful. And you add in the holographic nature and the quantum nature of who we are, both at the conscious level and at the body's level. And all that's left for us to do is get out of our own way, and the magic automatically happens. Isn't that phenomenal? And so that's all that static, in the way, called unresolved trauma, called old beliefs, old patterns, called conditioning. So that's what IRT does, goes directly up into the superconscious field level and has everything available to see what's relevant, what's no longer relevant, what is wanting to be aligned with your intentions and your choices, because, we are at command. We are at command of our personal universe. However, we don't realize that. We've been dumbed down. We've been, had the blanket, suffocating us. And now it can't happen anymore because there's way too much to deal with. So we have to find new ways. And that's where comes in the white horse of IRT, charging, into that greater self. I sometimes call this work a Trojan horse. It's like a Trojan horse. I don't know if any of you don't know that story of that Greek history. Well, anyway, a city was under siege, but not given in. And so the conquerors on the outside, I'm sure it was the Greeks, sent in this beautiful gift to the city, to the city state, of this great big wooden horse. However, inside it was hollow, and they put all their soldiers in there, so that then when it got through the city gate, the horse opened up and there they got into their ability to conquer what was in their way, what was trying to kill them. So, it's not about killing, it's about access. And it's about IRT is like a Trojan horse that goes right to the center of your heart, and then all heaven breaks loose. It's a new story. It's a new story. And it's effortless. There's nothing to do. It's that you just allow it in by saying yes, 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 yes. Several people, and one just recently has reaffirmed that, and that's Amanda Marie Masters, who is of Elevated Living and Awake Universe, is here on the call with us here today. She reiterated the same thing out of the blue. I hadn't mentioned this to her at all, but she got the image and the vision, and she's a channeler. She's amazing, among other things. And that IRT, the formula, I call it a formula of questions that activates and catalyzes the part of you that already knows who you are and what's an auto match, and then how to just delete and clear out what's not the truth of you. So then automatically, I was thinking about, we talk about an iceberg, when we click, we knock off the tip of the iceberg, and then the next level comes up to deal with. However, I got an image yesterday that was kind of an opposite thing, and I really like it. So I don't know what you guys will think of this, but what it is that you have an awareness, right? And so then, you clear whatever's in the way of that awareness, and the next level, then, it's like a pyramid, right? And so when you get to the bottom level, it's like the whole thing comes up. And so what's been subconsciously known is now in full awareness and conscious capacity to evolve ourselves. So I kind of like that picture. What do you guys think? You with me on that? Do you have any questions? I see your comments, which is really cool. And so please feel free to contribute or to ask any questions. And I love to interact with people. And so, yes. And so now, everything is possible in an expanded, exponential way, which is a good thing, because we're at this precipice, aren't we? We're at this edge of extinction, is what we're told. And how perfect a timing in many ways that this is COP's 27 this week in Egypt. And so governments that don't have the solutions, and grassroots that do, there are so many solutions. I just want to give you guys hope and encouragement to know. And one of the places to find those solutions is on the morning, it's my morning, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., Monday to Friday Pacific time, on Humanity Rising, part of Ubiquity University. And they have all kinds of groups that are doing emergent technologies, coming together for the environmental programs, big organizations and small ones. And it's very inspiring to know what's really happening under the surface that we don't always hear about. But there's so many things going on. All the solutions apparently are already here for our crises. And so they've been blocked up until now, and in I guess response or reaction to money, to big whatevers, organizations that want to keep control. However, there's no way that anything can still get limited from breaking through. We are here at breakthrough point because it's necessary. It's necessary. And I also got, a saying pop into my head yesterday, from immersed to emergent. So here we are emerging. And IRT, Inner Resonance Technologies, is a tool that gives us direct access to the infinite and allows us to clear and neutralize anything that's not relevant to us, not serving our greater good or the greater good of all, to just be automatically dissolved. And you give permission for this to take place. And who knew we were in charge? Certainly hasn't been our experience. So let's play, let's start playing with our interactive ability to influence the universe and have the universe influence us. We're one system together. Excuse me. So I'm clearing. So yes, epigenetics plays a really big role, because it's not so much well, a lot of people feel that we have to change our beliefs, and that's where it starts. And yet I say, where do the beliefs come from? So IRT allows everything to be addressed underneath those beliefs, and everything associated and connected with how those beliefs got created in the first place. And that frees us up to then have additional inspiration and insights and creativity that create something different and new in a new field. So we're creating new ways and coming together to collaborate. It's the important step forward, is to bring our gifts together. And that's why I love this work too, because it automatically, and don't be surprised if all of a sudden, you get your old creative projects out of the cupboards or in the chest where they've been put away for, 30 years, whatever, however many number of years, and or all of a sudden, so you find yourself helping somebody in a way that's always been in your heart, but you've been maybe shy, or you haven't really claimed your gifts in that way. This automatically happens, and it then emerges so that you don't even notice. And then all of a sudden one day, oh, well, that's really interesting. I'm being invited to do this, and now I'm asking if I can be part of that. And I would never have had that confidence before, but it feels so good. It feels so good to be a part of something greater than myself. And I just want to show up and see how my presence can uplift a situation or a project or a community or a world, because we're all being called. There is a relatively new, it's not a new organization, it's a new website with it, called Evolutionary.ca. And they have a catalog and a hall of heroes of humanity, that they are acknowledging and thanking and blessing and giving awards to, like Jane Goodall and Irvin Laszlo, and many giants in many different fields. And so if you go to thevisioneers.ca, have a look around and see who in your community you would like to nominate and bring, peace. They launched their new programs about a month ago, about 3 weeks ago, maybe. And it was a big live event at University of British Columbia here. And many big names were honored and were on screen to live stream with us at the event and receive their awards. And it may be that you have something that you created and has been a huge benefit to your world and the greater world at large. So yeah, so put your name forward, connect. These are times we're coming together to wage peace by being our greatest selves and sharing our gifts in service to this greater world that we're all needing to create something different with. Would you agree that some different things are being looked for? What's been happening hasn't worked. And so here we are. I think I'll take a breath. I think I'll take a breath. Yeah, our bodies are always regenerating, and we can speed that up as appropriate. And that's what I love about IRT, because it doesn't push anything on you. I don't do anything to you or for you. Neither does any of my practitioners or facilitators, I like to call them. It's just about allowing you to say yes to your greater self, and then allow all the background higher consciousness to shift it all. And it's amazing. Like it's like miraculous, because that's who we are, and we haven't been used to it. So I say, get used to it. and getting the book. I have a present for you today in the notes. I don't know. Can you tell me if you guys can see the notes? Because I don't see them from where I am here. There is a link. It should be a live link, but you can copy and paste it to a PDF, free copy of my book for 24 hours. And also my brand new website that just got finality this morning. Oh, you don't see it, Sue? It's not down in the notes. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. If you guys write down my new website, which is the same old name, but MaureenEdwardson.com. But there's a whole new site live there this morning, just right in the nick of time to share with you guys. And so Maureen Edwardson, Maureen. Oh, you see it on the screen, Edwardson. And yeah, thank you, Debbie. I don't know what happened to the notes for the PDF, but if you could maybe cut and paste that into the chat, that would be most appreciated, my dear one. Debbie is awesome. She is live streaming this. She's got so much going on, but oh, you saw the link to the book, Sue? Okay, cool. All right. And there's my website. So I guess it's all good. It's all there for you. And so, yeah, click on it and get your free copy. It's no strings attached. And I click around my website. There's all kinds of new programs starting in 2023. Oh, my goodness. Starting January 7th and then the 14th are 2 new programs. And you can actually click on those links on the home page. Welcome to IRT, where on the far left of the page, that when you're looking at it, you click on that and then you get to the 3 programs where you can read all about it and actually register. It's unbelievably inexpensive, but if you're still having a trouble with affording it wherever you happen to be in the world, just let me know. Send me a contact on my website and just say, hey, I'd love to join. However, it's still not within my reach at the moment. And it's 8 weeks for $133 US. Also, each program on its own is $66.66, which I understand is balance, which is the 2022 year here. And it's not 666, it's 6666, which is harmony. Apparently that's harmony. And don't we all want more of that? Isn't that the key? It's not so much balance. I was listening to Greg Braden a couple of days ago talking about how everybody's talking about being in balance. And yes, we want to be relatively in balance, but we don't want to be in that static state of balance, because we don't grow there when everything is just same. We need, things to happen to then balance us. I also have training in structure of intellect and balance board, left, right brain techniques, for example. And so, when you're standing on the balance board, you look like you're standing still, but your whole vestibular system of your balance and your inner ears and things on your brain is actually constantly, subtly at work to keep you balanced. And so that's with life. It gets easier to stay in balance when you clear all the stuff that, really takes you out and knocks you for a loop. And so as you neutralize all that with your touch breath, then it's really amazing how then you get more and more more and more able to bounce back faster and then keep your balance in the storms, right? Be at the eye of the storm, not at the effect in the outside going, whoa, 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 right? We don't really feel comfortable there. Well, some people like the intensity, and that's okay too. However, you have a choice. IRT gives you a choice, and I really love choice. And so here we go. Have a look at the new website. I'm really excited about it. Please give me feedback. You won't hurt my feelings if you see things that don't feel comfortable to you, or you just kind of question, or it's just like, oh, I don't know about that part. So let me know, because I'm fully receptive and I'm always looking to have constructive feedback and good here. Karen Sue, you just popped in. Excellent. There is a message for you. And this will be this is being recorded and it will be on replay. So check in, especially Spirituality Gone Wild and Unify Facebook page is where you'll find that. And if you go to my Facebook page, either Inner Resonance Technologies and or Maureen Edwardson, my personal page, I will be posting the replay there if you become my friend. That's all it takes. And I'm very friendly. Hi, Tara. Glad you're able to make it too. And so here we go. Let's go down the rabbit hole one more time for everybody that's here. We just have a few more minutes, and I promised you a repeat of the beginning protocol. And so I think that, it's perfect time. So let's just take a breath together. Oh my goodness. And I have a free 33-minute consultation, exploration on my website. I've got some new programs, a new program coming at Easter, on Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day, to called the Cosmic Chrysalis, because we're in the collective meltdown of the caterpillar, really messy, but built into our blueprint is the blueprint of the butterfly, of our transformative selves, of Homo luminous, Homo universalis, as Barbara Marx Hubbard would say. So it's built in. So have faith and then be able to show up. Oh, I'm getting a call from Australia. That's okay. And so just allowing yourself to look around, and you can get put on the list for those programs in 2023. There is one for tooth regeneration, for organ regeneration, for what else? The Cosmic Chrysalis, and activating our evolutionary codes, which are our capacity to command our reality in whole new ways. Bilocation, teleportation. We have command over our bodies, so we have choice now. We have choice now in living an extended, healthy, happy life out of choice. So then we are calling that physical immortality, because it's up to you then. You have the option. So let's open up all our options and do it together in this wonderful programs that thought I turned off all my beepy boops, but obviously we're just getting beeped, and that's a good thing. It's interrupting all of our patterns. So let's just go down the rabbit hole into the multiverse one more time. And this time, if you were here for the earlier one and you have your touch point already, your belly, your heart, your tongue, it doesn't matter where, your ear, wherever you want to associate the chemistry of wholeness with a breath and an activation. So touching your spots right now if you have them already. And now just breathing with awareness of your heart. And breathing in the infinite nature, your part of Great Spirit, breathing in your spirit, your connection, your part of the oneness, the infinite universe, into your communication device, your body. And just saying yes and thank you for, oh my goodness, yeah, I needed to remember that. It's really who I am. Let's re-identify with our most authentic selves, our spiritual selves, and open up to greater command, greater ability to navigate out of choice and inspiration, creative contribution. And for those of you that have a spiritual belief system, it's a time to say yes and thank you to all that's there to support you in the unseen. And if you don't, that's all good. This is science. This is nature. This is who we are. You can be agnostic or atheist. It doesn't matter. It's beyond belief, creating new realities. Yes and thank you. And being present with your body, just breathing in and out with awareness of where your body is touching the world around you. And knowing that it's a miracle machine. We talked about that too. If you missed that, you'll catch it in the replay. Your body is an instant responder, and conditioning, beliefs, old programs, trauma, pain, do this. So let's just do this. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and we're going to say together the words to voice activate our supercomputer system. Switch on, body. Okay, so I'm going to count to 3, and let's all say that together if you're comfortable, or just to yourself, whatever. 1, 2, 3. Switch on, body. Yay! What a beautiful choir. You guys are all harmonized too. It's awesome. And so now, are you allowing all unresolved issues that no longer are relevant or serve any useful, positive purpose for you or any greater good to be addressed and shifted in whatever way is required for freedom at this time? Yes? And are you allowing always any unresolved issues might be interfering with you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, relationships of every kind, especially this one? That's the strongest and the most influential. And are you allowing all of your multidimensional selves? We're more than what meets the eye. And you see this, otherwise you would not be here with us today. So, allowing all of your multidimensional selves to be coherently realigned around this next level of expression that's available to us here now as we choose it. Yes. And are you allowing all of this to unfold in your healthiest expression, happy for no reason, successful in whatever ways are meaningful to you, abundant, happy? Yeah, the word happy keeps coming up. And when we're happy, Wayne Dyer said all it's required is for us to feel good. And good is just God with an extra O. So we're just feeling that God within us. And that is what connects and inspires and brings us into that next level of all of our good. And are you choosing to allow all this to happen in the safest and most appropriate way for you and all concerned at all times? Oh, I hear a big yes. And are you choosing easier and gentler ways than what we're used to in this, what has been the struggle zone? Yeah, good for you. Let's just open up. Why not? And are you allowing effortless grace for instant and permanent shift for what's ready here at each moment? This one here now. Yes. Instant and permanent for what's ready at this time. And what may not be ready, to drop into a deeper level of trust that everything has a reason and an opportunity. It's not always appropriate for things to just shift instantly like a broken bone, like some people do, because it's about allowing the opportunity to practice our mastery or discover the reason and the insights. Everything has insights and benefits in our journey if we start looking for them. It's a universal law. For the level of difficulty, there are many gifts on the other side waiting for us. And so, are you allowing the part of you that's ready to be more of who you are than ever before to also be in charge? And are you allowing the part of you that's open to something different being possible in a different way than what we're used to also be in charge? Yes. Here's a good one. Are you allowing the part of you that's saying yes to all of this to be in charge? Yes. And one last question. Are you allowing the part of you that knows how the heck to go do all this beyond your conscious need to figure it out, or even have an ability to track it? It's way up in the superconscious quantum realm, where there is no time, there is no space, where everything's known and everything's getting shifted automatically outside of your field of awareness, either your conscious awareness or your body's awareness. No need for your body to process or throw up or anything, or go through this healing crisis. No. Everything is in the field getting addressed, not through or with our body. Our body only gets the benefit to say, oh, I just feel really good now. I think I'll go run a few miles. Mine hasn't had that response yet, but yours might. Anyhow, so yes, just allowing then that superconscious, because it doesn't matter what we're talking about or where we're putting our conscious mind, but just take a minute to go somewhere peaceful. If you feel like it, it's not necessary. It's just an add-on. You may also choose to look at the future of your choosing in this new earth, in this new collective, in this new collaboratory that we're coming together to create solutions and create what some people would call heaven on earth. Peace. What a concept. What does that mean to you? So just allowing yourself to reflect and hang out. Yeah, new collaboratory is the new phrase that's being expressed through thevisioneers.ca. Might have a look at that. And you'll notice that you're just relaxing surprisingly quickly on a next level, effortlessly, with grace. Effortless grace. Just allowing. There's nothing more to do. Once we choose and have our intentions and then choose, I am choosing is a stronger statement than I am intending. Intending is a future word, and it's fine in many circumstances, but with IRT, it's I am choosing. I am seeing. I am experiencing this now in my vision. And in the background, anything that's in the way of that is just automatically getting neutralized and clearing and harmonizing, realigning to my greatest self available to me in this moment, activated in greater purpose, passionate service perhaps to the world. And so now, allowing yourself to choose, if you don't have a spot already, whatever it might be for you, as you're feeling this expansive energy, this deep, relaxed expansiveness, energized and relaxed simultaneously is what the most common response is. And breathing in your first deeper breath as you just also breathe in the gratitude and the love and the appreciation of whatever is wanting to be added in as the chemistry of wholeness. And then breathing out, just letting go of wherever you're touching. And 4 more times, breathing in and touching. Breathing out, letting go. Breathing in and touching. Breathing out, letting go. Hi, Bonnie, I think I know you. Breathing in and touching. Breathing out, letting go. 1 more time. Breathing in and touching. Breathing out, letting go. And so it is. And I invite you to pay attention over the next little while, because this is a gift that keeps on giving. It's continuously running in your background, and you can reinforce it and amplify it by engaging with your touch breath. You just need 1, but you can do 5, you can do 3, bippity boppity boo. You can do 500. Each time you may feel a different number calling you of just doing your touch breath, clearing and bringing love into the center and breathing out your light, and just breathing in and out just clears your field of anything that's unnecessary that's ready to go in that next moment. And also before you sleep, when you wake up, those are fundamental times to keep that frequency and that chemistry activated in a deeper and deeper groove all the time. And it gets easier to navigate life because you have less mud to swoosh through, it just gets easier. It gets faster. Try it. You'll like it. And then other times, if you are by necessity having to take medication, do your touch breath before and after, or nutritional supplements, because what it does is filters out any unwanted effects on the consciousness of the cell and allows what is most efficient, what you're taking that medication for. Plus, it keeps your own receptors and your own internal technologies active and not going to sleep because you have an external replacement. So that's really important because we want to reactivate and keep active, our natural pharmacy within our own self. And that becomes a fundamental opportunity that we have. So practice that. Before and after you're doing any other techniques, whether they be EFT or massage or whatever it might be, before and after. Before neutralizes the field of any unnecessary resistance, so allows whatever else you're doing to be more efficient and receptive on your end. And then also when you do your touch breath after, then it's just like two parentheses, then you're anchoring in that new level so that your whole being remembers, and you're doing a whole scale matrix clearing every time you do it. So it's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So here we are. And let's just take another breath together. Did I show you my book? I might have forgotten in my excitement. Your Magical Evolutionary Code Unleashed. And it is, you'll see up here, Blessed by Dr. Bruce Lipton. Hooray! Yeah, I'm very blessed. And he gave me this quote back in 2006. And so, yeah, I'm really grateful for all of the connections we all have together in the world. So remember, have a look at my website, MaureenEdwardson.com. Click on all the links. I believe the newsletter is not quite working yet. I just got activated this morning, my new site. And look at all the offerings, all the new programs starting January 7th and 14th. Your Magical Evolutionary Code Unleashed is the book, and there's a download for everyone to download it for free for 24 hours. So I'm happy if you want to pass that link on to anybody in your world. I have a generous spirit, and there are no holdbacks here. And the program in starting January 7th is Essential IRT, where you get to bring all of our wisdom together and create a broader scientific and informational understandings of IRT. And then you always get a free session in those, or an added on value in those moments. And then also there's the next, starting on the 14th of January, be Michelangelo, because your higher self is like your Michelangelo that is chipping away what's not the beautiful, magnificent David that's already locked into the marble that is your life. And so automatically and effortlessly, we come together in silence and do a group, IRT protocol. And then we come back and we go into breakout rooms where we practice with an evolutionary IRT template. We just read it back and forth to each other and then come back into silence. And then I play a beautiful song. Last time it was Imagine by John Lennon. And we get to ripple out, our vision of how we're choosing our new world to be. And thank you, Carrie. It's great to have you here too. Much, much love. I miss you. And so, yeah, it's just allowing everything to come together. And those individual programs are just $66.66. And the combo one is $133. So it's pretty amazing. And if you're still challenged, just send me a message on my website, MaureenEdwardson.com. And if you're like today and you want to learn more, just send me a message on my website. And any issues at all, just I'd love to hear any feedback. And it is very magical work. And so, yes, blessed 11/11 today, the day of world peace, no more war. This is what we are visioning in, a planet of peace within each other's, within our family, within our own selves, with our world, and continuing to entrain it up with love, because we're all part of each other in that unified field. And so thank you, Unify. Thank you to all of you for showing up. Christina. And thank you, Debbie G. Oh my goodness. Oh, gee, the gratitude queen has been on the road, and here she is showing up to support us all. So blessings, blessings, blessings. Yes, yes, yes.